Hi, House Hunters. We are the Palmers. We love your show, and this is our audition tape. My name is David Palmer. I run a medical equipment exporting company out of my home office.
And I'm Nan Palmer. I work for a luxury company as a jewelry buyer. We've been at our current location here in Brooklyn, New York. We're renting right now. We've been renting for a little bit over 3 years. We actually just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, 1-year wedding anniversary, and we are expecting a little one right now.
A little boy in about, well, any day now, actually. So the time just came that we needed to get a bigger space, and we talked a bit about whether we should move out of the city. My family is from Colorado, so we thought about moving to Colorado. Strangely enough, Nan actually wants to move to Colorado more than I do. I want to stay in New York for a while. Both of our careers are here, so it'd be kind of a big jump to go back to life in Colorado. But it's tough finding an apartment in New York.
Yes, and that's part of the stress that we've been dealing with for well over a year, I would say, since we got married, trying to decide if we should stay in New York and pretty much throwing our money away, keep renting, or we pick up and move across the country to Colorado, where I won't have a career being in the jewelry industry because there's nothing out there. Dave can work anywhere, which is fantastic, but unfortunately for me, there won't be much for anything for me to do for work. So that's been kind of the most stressful thing, trying to figure out, do we stay here, do we move? And he knows that I'm pretty flexible. I'm willing to do anything for the family. He's more into having friends and entertaining. So
I really like to hang out with my friends and go out and be in like a fun location. And for me, New York is just the most incredible spot. Nan's like, let's go somewhere and have an adventure, And for me, it's like I've lived a lot of places. New York is the adventure, and going back to Colorado is not really. So the problem with looking around in New York, though, and trying to find something to buy is everything is just compromise, because you never are looking at 3 apartments that are all a gem, and you got to decide which one. You basically have to just take all the ones that say what best fills your needs and jump on it, and it's a really rough process, and it took us a long time, but we found a really great place, and there's a couple of things that it doesn't have that I wanted to have, and a couple of things that Nan wanted that I think you didn't get, right?
Right. So when we first started our search, first of all, looking in New York, we had to stretch our budget by quite a bit. We started out with a certain amount, and then we had to pretty much go 20% higher to find what we were looking for. It's not a matter of if Dave wants a Tudor home or if I want a ranch style, because in New York you're either getting a condo or a co-op, or you go to a not so great neighborhood.
You have to move way far out in the city somewhere.
Exactly, and we don't have a car, so that's one of the challenges I think most Americans don't realize when you live in a metropolitan area. That's, there's location.
Nan's from Hong Kong, by the way. I don't know if you pay
you don't have a car and you want to be near public transportation, and those are the things that you pay for when you want to be close to subway, close to stores and things like that. So the stress is, we don't want to talk about finances, but it's really just also finding a home that's suitable for us, that has both of our likes, which we both like modern. I'm a little bit more flexible in that, though, in the sense where, I don't mind a pre-war building if it's a little bit updated, because I like the quaintness of, the crown moldings, French doors, hardwood floors, different things like that. I don't really mind a railroad as long as, there's a decent amount of closet space, whereas
I hate railroad apartments. I absolutely won't. We went into one that, when we walked in, I literally just, I was hitting the stove there. When we walked in, I just wanted to turn around and walk out. It was the crappiest place I've ever seen. As a railroad apartment, and I wouldn't have paid $300,000 for it, and they wanted $700,000 for it, and it's just that just kind of set me like in the mindset of like, wow, we really have some limited options while we're here. You know, we really need to get out there and find something that works for us, and maybe not right here in Park Slope where we live. Like, I love the apartment that we live in now. It's just not going to be big enough with the baby. I mean, we got a crib now and a baby swing and diapers and a carriage and so much stuff, and my office is slowly turning into a nursery, so it's time to get out and get to something new. And
so we're looking for we found a 3-bedroom. We have our original search was to look for a 3-bedroom, more than 1 bathroom, because right now one is just not cutting it for just one of us. We're filming right now in our kitchen, which is actually one of our favorite places to hang out of, because it's such a big open concept. And,
we do a lot of entertaining out of the kitchen.
Right.
I mean, just a couple days ago on the 4th of July, we had a bunch of people over for a barbecue. We have a patio out back that's got a grill on it. You know, we love that. I really like that, so it's really important to me to have some outdoor space, which we unfortunately didn't get in our new apartment. But, you know, for me right now, the number one priority was just getting something that was very functional and spacious and not one of these dumpy, unrenovated places that we saw before. This is a new construction place, which was nice. It has a parking spot, which was something that was huge. I didn't even know was going to be on my list, but that turned out to be something that'll be great, because we can drive to Pennsylvania, we'll have a car, and we can get a car, and it'll just be like a game changer for our lifestyle.
Right. So, so as I mentioned, you know, Dave really likes the open kitchen concept. The current place that we just got is actually an enclosed kitchen, which I didn't mind so much, and he's already jumping on the whole renovating, breaking down the wall, and I said, not right now, it's too much work. Like I said, it doesn't really bother me that much. The kitchen's in a separate area, but he's more of a social butterfly, so he likes to have people over and entertain, and like he said, we did not get the outdoor space that we wanted, which was unfortunate. But as far as amenities, you know, we also have 14 feet, I think 14 feet.
14-foot ceilings
okay,
here,
yeah. We have huge ceilings and the skylights, and unfortunately, we've been spoiled in this apartment.
On central air conditioning, which was another huge thing that we never had in any other apartment besides this one, and we're totally spoiled by that now. That was one of my things on the list that I really wanted.
Exactly. But for me, you know, like I said earlier, the pre-war style doesn't bother me as much. He doesn't like it. One of my top 3 things that I really wanted when we looked for a home was, as you can see, grounded counter space. I really love to cook. I need a lot of space. Stainless steel appliances. Stainless steel appliances, and you know, a nice bathroom. And
oh yeah, no shower curtains either.
Oh yeah, he hates shower curtains. Just shower doors.
Only shower curtains. I think shower curtains are so disgusting. I don't know how people put up with them. They turn all black at the bottom, and like when you're taking a shower, they like blow in on you. I don't know how people do shower curtains. So
yeah, and this is a random thing for me, but I can't even reach the floor right now with our current toilet. So whenever we go look at houses, I always sit on the toilet to make sure that my feet.
I didn't even know that. And then one time I was brushing my teeth, and I looked over at her sitting on the toilet, her feet are swinging. I was
too much
like,
information. Too much information. But that's one of the things that you know, being barely 5 feet tall, that's kind of important to me. And so, but I can't stand white kitchens. I hate white appliances. You know, anything that seems a little bit outdated in the kitchen, that really bothers me. Hardwood floor was a must for us. We hate carpet. I think it's just a breeding ground for germs, just like your shower curtain. But I would have to say, you know, like I said earlier, it's not a style of home. It's just, I think you guys would want to come and, you know, check out what's going on in this part of the country, where it's not about the style of home, it's about what you're willing to sacrifice as far as location, because our current location, we're close to 2 subway stations, which is great because it won't take me very long to get to work. And for Dave, he can go into the city and hang out with friends and.
Yeah, you want to be close to, I really wanted to be close to an express stop. Like right now we have to change trains to get in, and our train that we live by is really slow, and so it's just a big pain to try and get into the city, so from Brooklyn. So, I think this was a good compromise. Instead of, Nan wanted to go to Colorado more than I did, but we needed to get a change. We needed to get out of here. Didn't want to rent anymore, and this was a good compromise. This place in a new area called Ditmas Park, which is a real up-and-coming, hot area right now. A lot of people moving out of the neighborhood we live in now, actually, because they get so much more bang for their buck over there and so much more space.
Right, and I thought we were ready to move to Colorado, but now that we have a signed contract and I know that we're staying in New York, I'm actually really excited. I mean, we have to be careful with, how we go about living now that we need a nanny and, having to pay a pretty high mortgage and stretching our budget. But I think as far as lifestyle, I think having our baby boy grow up in New York is really exciting. And then we can always move to Colorado. The house that we almost put an offer in, I would say about 7 months ago, was my dream home, and it was way less than what we would have paid here, but it's a sacrifice to make, and I think that's one of the reasons why I think you guys should also pick us, because you don't see any Brooklynites on your show, and it'd be really interesting. It will give all your viewers a different perspective as to what a couple would go